Why does the once so highly anticipated Tombs of Amascut raid no longer appeal to old-school RuneScape's player base? As the constant nerfing of this content's weapons and items put the raid in a slow-motion guillotine. How big of an impact has the T.O.A's weapons and equipment actually had on old-school RuneScape and its meta? And what could be done to potentially help restore player confidence and finally save this content? Welcome to my video. I'm Tomb Goblin, and it's time to talk about the death of the Tombs of Amascut. Before we kick this shit off, please don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons to help support this channel and my content. Starting this conversation off, I would like to first ask the question: who doesn't enjoy and anticipate the release of brand new, high-end content? The Tombs of Amascut today, no doubt, has been completed more times than the Chambers of Xeric and the Theater of Blood overall. And I feel the Tombs of Amascut is the obvious best raid for new raiders to get a proper feel and some practice with some mechanics that will follow them even deeper into the late game and other encounters. In my research, and having spoken with many other fellow raiders firsthand, more people than not find the Tombs to lack overall unpredictability, such as what you feel in Old School's Raid 1 and 2. Proper knowledge of your raid invocation and player consistency, you for the most part can predict and manipulate the raid's inevitable outcome and completion. The majority of players asked also agree that endgame players will find this content a walk in the park, but offer low to mid-tier players an opportunity to learn some mechanical evasion, gear swapping, communication, and timing in a high-pressure environment. The skilled endgame players, who have most of Old School's mechanical technicalities mastered, are a contributing factor to the downfall of the Tombs of Amascut's overall health. Aside from the mass number of bots farming this content around the clock, when run at 400 or 500 invocation and in a raid party consisting with near to best in-slot equipment, phase skipping, and cheeses galore, these ultra-efficient warbands are seeing multiple purple chests an hour, which is why the Missouri armor set and its pieces, the Lightbearer Ring, the Ward of Elidness, and the Osmumten's Fang have plummeted to the ground in value, further gouging the confidence of any further players wanting to invest heavily into new items. Are the items on the rare drop table from the Tombs of Amascut even worth it? Let's take a look. The Osmumten's Fang was once thought to be stronger than the now revised Scythe of Vidr. It out-niched namesake weapons such as the Dragon Hunter crossbow and lance, and revision after nerf, this once powerful weapon brandishes a price current day that's truly difficult to see. The Missouri armor set and its pieces are no longer anything that excitable to receive anymore, unfortunately, as the full set of unfortified armor will cost you just over 80 million today. Being fortunate enough to have received a piece of this armor kit will leave you with a salty taste in your mouth the more ways you have to split the coin up with your raid party. When the best in-slot range armor set Old School has to offer is weighed out against other armor options for the price, I think the set has more competition than you would think. When looking at the Crystal Armor Boa Fair didn't set up for a similar price value, the Crystal Armor will inevitably offer you far more versatility than the Missouri Armor will, until you work your way into a Twisted Bow, which realistically, how often do you see someone using one? Being amongst the most common rare drops from the Tombs of Amascut, the now lackluster Lightbearer Ring is now straight up just outclassed and living in the shadow of just straight up better rings. In today's world, players are opting for overall higher damage per second in opposition to faster special attack regeneration. If anything, this ring is best kept in your bank for a rainy day. The mighty Tumekin Shadow, being the chase rare everybody wants a slice of, is obviously best in slot. But with Old School being on the verge of some potentially new spellbooks, and Magic having recently had a major functionality revision, I think the slight drop in price of the Shadow over time has been justifiable, and it's right where it should be, showcasing a current price of 1.2 fucking billion, with the Shadow's price potentially reflecting market oversaturation when compared to the Twisted Bow and the Scythe of Vidr. Who knows how many more thousands of these staves will flood the market by this time next year. And that's a wrap, boys. I appreciate you for tuning in, and if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like and subscribe the video. It helps so much. And until next time, guys, Tomb Goblin out.